That's exactly how it went, though.
My name is Elise Smith, and I am a violinist, and sometimes I try to play other instruments because I teach them.
I'm Ashley Grace Davies. I started playing the violin on a shoebox because I was too small when I was 4 to actually hold an instrument. So I started playing on a shoebox, and then I got to play a little 16th size violin.
Hi, I'm Darren. I play viola for the quartet. I picked up the viola when I was 12 in a little town in Illinois called Northbrook.
My name is McCormick. I'm 25 years old. I've lived in Grand Rapids almost my whole life. I started playing cello at the age of 14.
I have the privilege of being the one who knew everyone first, so I'm proud of that. I met Ashley Grace on the lawn of Blue Lake Suzuki Camp, and she was picking grass, and I said, "Oh, hello."
I met Elise at Blue Lake Fine Arts Camp, the family camp. So we only go for a week and with our families. We met when we were really little. My fun story about Elise is that I almost took out her eyeball with my E string. It snapped down at the base, and it almost took out her eye. And for some reason, she was still like, yeah, we can still be friends, that's fine.
Mac, I know because he went to Grand Rapids Christian High with me. He was that kid who was always practicing cello in the practice rooms. I was a senior when he was a freshman, and I kept thinking, why is he so good? I thought he just started cello like 2 seconds ago.
I met Mac in high school. We played in the same orchestra, and then we played together in college, which was super fun to reconnect.
Elise was in my sister's class in high school, so we played 1 year in high school orchestra together. Ashley Grace I met through Grand Rapids Youth Symphony and played a little bit in college at Grand Valley. And I met Darren through Elise at our first rehearsal in April.
After COVID, I was surviving off of restaurants. When I got to Grand Rapids, I quit restaurants and decided to do music full-time again. And part of that was trying to build a private violin and viola studio where I teach privately. Part of the marketing process of that was to reach out to school teachers, and that's when I emailed Elise and was able to volunteer for her school. After one of the sessions, she comes up to me, she's like, oh, I really like chamber music, and I'm like, I love chamber music. So.
Elise and I were hanging out one night, and we were frustrated that we weren't playing like performance music anymore. We've been playing gig music, we've been playing, hymns at church, but we haven't been playing performance music. And we were like, but it's so intimidating to do something by yourself. So we said, well, why don't we just do a string quartet? We were like, we've been playing music a long time, we know people. We were like, well, we gotta have Mac, that's, no brainer. And then we cycled through, a violist or two, and then Darren came along, and that was fantastic. And on our first rehearsal, it was like, oh, this is gonna work immediately. We started playing, and we were like, yeah, this is something we're gonna be doing now for a while.
I believe Elise and Ashley Grace made a plan to form a string quartet and wanted to invite me. And after a little while of trying to figure out who the viola would be, we eventually found Darren through Elise. And once we had our first rehearsal, we all thought that this was a wonderful group and decided to continue.
So Darren showed up, and he was modeling some viola playing for some of our students and some violin playing, and I heard out of the corner of my ear, I heard him playing, and I was like, what? Like, I didn't know this was gonna be the person that was volunteering. So then we talked after the school day had finished, and I was telling Darren how much I love chamber music, and he said he also loved chamber music, and I said, well, we should read music together sometime and play together. And he goes, okay, right now. Takes out his iPad, and it's like, we're playing right now, this second. It was really exciting, so kind of the momentum took us into quartet pretty nicely.
I did whip out my iPad. I think I gave her the Mozart duo for violin, viola, and G major. And then the moment she started playing, I was like, this girl can play. This girl can really play. And so we were looking at that for a little bit, and she mentioned that she had a string quartet that she was looking for a violist, and I was like, so went to Ashley Grace's house for the first time to meet as a quartet, and then we read the Mozart that's on the program, and everything clicked. Everything just felt really good.
I think that my favorite part about this program is that it is a really excellent program for a first recital for a quartet. It has challenged us in all of the ways to come together as a good quartet.
So we are performing our first recital on October 27th at 3 p.m. at Fountain Street Church.
We chose to perform our first recital at Fountain Street Church because we really love the acoustics and the architecture of the space. It's quite beautiful. So I'm really excited to be playing in that Fountain Street space and hope that you come and listen.